How's everybody doing? It's 4th of July. So I am doing some hair color. You guys will not believe what just happened. So I had a date and kind of been seeing this person for a while. They're in tune with the divine. They're awakened. Unfortunately, I think when some people aren't strong enough in their spiritual walk, they get possessed. What was weird was that I basically didn't have. Basically, my date went out to go to the store to get something to eat for dinner. And we're not exclusive or anything, we're just still in the getting to know process. And what's fascinating is when he came back from the store, he was completely another person. It was like a full-on demon that just walked in my apartment and was throwing stuff, knocking stuff over, and just causing a huge... Literally would try to sabotage my altar, which is over there. It's crazy. But I'm fine. You guys know I'm good. Like, I'm built to strength, but it was pretty scary. There was nothing I can do but just ask, Jesus to come and help purify. So my home's a sanctuary. I rarely invite friends over. Anyways, but I wanted to post a video because I had a epiphany about something. And I think my date was being hijacked because it would have stopped me from making a video and it would have stopped me from sharing what I caught on to. So you guys remember, that's so personal. Remember the earthquake last week? Everyone's gonna be blowing everything up. This was in South America. And I can't really draw South America properly, but I know it was Uruguay, Brazil, Argentina, and somewhere else I forgot. Those areas were in the direct path of the total solar eclipse. If you guys get my drift, I'm just curious on how the earthquakes happened. Sorry, my hands are all bleached. I'm trying to think how these places had the earthquake before the eclipse. And then the next day, here in California, we had an earthquake. So I look at the numbers. They said it was 6.6 in the beginning, right? I told you guys. And then they downgraded it to a 6.4. So when they downgraded it, gives us a 10 that equals 1. And what did I say about 1 in my July video? 1 is infinite of its own. It can progress over and over and over and over and over. 6 plus 6 is 12. 1 and 2 makes a 3. That's all that means. 1 is infinite. That's the synchronicity. So it's all in the numbers. If we look at today's date, which is 7/4/2019, you have a 3 and an 11, right? Something cataclysmic happened there. Because there is a 11, and then you're adding 3, which makes 14 equals 5. So I don't know what the number 5 means, but I think I do because I watch Mr. Cat Eye on YouTube, and there's always the synchronicity of 23. or the 2 and the 3. So every time that these events happen, they are in sync with something happening on the 23rd. I believe that's of September, because that's when these numbers started to occur. I'm starting to think that, let's say, here's Earth, and the big dome, right? You have Jupiter. You have Nemesis. You have our sun. What else? You know, you have Saturn, Venus, Mercury. I believe Nemesis is planet X. I think Nibiru is Jupiter. The synchronicity of Jupiter is the last video I posted. It was about those angelic figures, and then you see this halo around them. That's Jupiter. I forgot what I was about to say. So planet X, we got Nemesis. Jupiter is Nibiru. Oh. So every time that there is a flyby of one of these, or when they conjunct themselves, it pulls on our Earth's core and our tectonic plates. So which I found no coincidence in an earthquake happening after an eclipse, and then several earthquakes happened before this passing by. So I think we can always look at the flyby schedule when there is a quake to begin with, and then a quake after. This is why Indonesia keeps getting rocked, because they're the ones receiving the messages through adhering to the changes and whatnot. So firsthand, that's what they're going through. Sorry, my chicken scratch. I hope this makes sense to you guys, but I just thought it was quite fascinating that I think this whole Nemesis is close, and those who are not in their full walk, I think Nemesis has an influence on them. That's what I think. Jupiter is kind of like the savior. Helios, the sun, is sort of like prime creator. And all the different binary systems that are in our solar system are source. Did I say source already? No, I didn't. Divine. They're the divine council, the source. Anyways, I'll let you guys go. Happy 4th. I'm still a little freaked out over what just happened. So I want to go to a gathering of a good friend of mine and just be around good, positive people. And if you guys are in California, I was on the freeway when the earthquake happened, so I thought people were just driving pretty crazy because everybody was swerving. But it turns out that that was a pretty big earthquake. We haven't had one like that since San Andreas in 1994. That was a 7.4. That makes an 11. So it's fascinating. Our big earthquakes are doing a countdown. Anyway, I just wanted to relay the commentary and sing the signs. So have a good day, everyone. Take care.